Hey guys, and welcome back to Just Tips Tarot. I am Tiffany, and I'm going to be doing your collective reading for today. If this reading has reached your timeline, there may be something in here for you, but if it don't apply, let it fly. Everything in this reading may not resonate, so if it doesn't apply to you, just listen in for fun. What we're going to do is start with our prayer first, and then we're going to jump right into it because our pre-shuffle showed a lot of fiery energy. A lot of Leo heavy came out during my reading, during the pre-shuffle. So let's go ahead with our prayer. We give glory, honor, and praise to the Most High for allowing us to see and witness this day. I ask for divine protection and guidance during this reading, and that may any negative energy be transmuted into clarity, wisdom, and transformation. And may only truth, healing, and divine messages come through this reading today. Amen and Ashe. All right, y'all, let's get this started because during the pre-shuffle, it didn't even really look negative. It looks like right now the collective energy is really not even struggling, but the Seven of Wands came out. So really like in a defensive posture, really trying to defend themselves against a lot of things that are going on around, a lot of things that are happening in the environment. When the Strength card came out, it gave really trying to fight maybe passion, like trying to tame a beast, and you're really trying hard to tame the beast in the collective. So let's kind of get a reading, not Ten of Swords out first. Okay. All right, so with the Ten of Swords out first, it kind of gives way from what the pre-shuffle showed, that there was a painful ending that you or someone around you may be recovering from, and it's taking a lot of strength for you to kind of get through this ending that you've been through. It could have been a material loss. It could have been a physical loss. It could have been a complete collapse. When the Ten of Swords comes out, that means you have been through kind of all the swords. You've been through the ups. You've been through the anxiety. You've been through the sleepless nights. You've been through it all. So give me more on the Ten of Swords that just fell. Ten of Pentacles. Give me more. Queen of Cups. So someone is recovering. Someone is recovering nicely from something that could have possibly taken them out mentally. It could have been a really bad betrayal. With the Ten of Pentacles coming out next, that's family. That is the community that you're within. So it looks like there was a betrayal within the community that you or somebody around you is getting over. If you're watching it, it's probably you. With the Queen of Cups coming out, it looks like somebody... This could be you. Queen of Cups doesn't necessarily mean man or female. It's just that energy that you're in. So very compassionate energy. You still have that energy even after the betrayal. And what it looks like it's doing with the Ace of Wands out is giving you kind of a new passion and a new kind of energy towards creating something from the pain that you experience. Can I get more after the Ace of Wands? With the High Priestess in reverse. So with the High Priestess in reverse, this lets me know, because it's at the end, it looks like there may have been some things that you ignored in the past that you are not willing to ignore in the future. The Queen of Cups is pretty receptive. So if you're Queen of Cups energy, 424, my birthday on the timer, but 424, if you are in Queen of Cups energy, then what that typically means is that you carry around a lot of compassion. You're a very healing person. You're someone who, or this could be someone around you, but you may have Queen of Cups energy around you where you gave a lot of compassion, you gave a lot of love, and you could have given a lot of love into a family unit, and you still gave love into that family unit even after the betrayal happened. So the way that the cards came out, we got Ten of Swords followed by the Ten of Pentacles followed by Queen of Cups. You see the Queen of Cups is looking at her cup, but facing everything that has happened. So with this coming out first, she already sees the betrayal that happened. The family, her unit is forefront, and she is focused on kind of making sure that her cup, so you're making sure that your cup stays full. You're making sure that your cup stays full of passion, especially with the Ace of Wands coming out. So with the Ace of Wands coming out, that also means, y'all know what that means. That's my passion card. So you could even be getting a new passionate beginning after such a bad ending. Give me more on the Ten of Swords. The Sun in reverse. Can I have more? Three of Swords. So what this tells me is that the heartbreak with the Three of Swords coming out, there could have been, or you may have experienced a really bad heartbreak within your family. It could have been a betrayal with the Sun in reverse. It could have been, you could have suffered and you could have been in a very depressive state at one point. So if this reading is for you, this is your confirmation that that betrayal that you went through only gave you the power to ignite your passion going forward. And we ain't gonna act like it didn't hurt. It with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords out here, it crushed you. It probably had you thinking that maybe, I don't really know how I'm gonna get through this. I don't know how I'm gonna see the future. I don't know what a family looks like. I don't know what a unit looks like anymore. But somehow through perhaps even your passion projects, perhaps even you looking at the potential that came out of that, even with the destruction, even through all the destruction, you looked at what could be salvaged, and you salvaged yourself. That is what you figured out. You looked at this betrayal. You looked at the betrayal that happened through the family, and you knew that you could salvage yourself through your passion, but you had to get through that heartbreak. You had to get through that betrayal. You had to get through the depression to even get to a point where you can focus on following the passion that came from the betrayal. Can I have more on why the High Priestess is in reverse? Page of Wands. So it looks like a new passion project or something with potential is coming to the surface. So and this is something that has been deep inside you that's finally coming out, and it's able to come out because of that betrayal that you went through. Sometimes when we go through betrayals, we don't necessarily understand at the time why we're going through it. But with the Ten of Pentacles, this looks like something you went through for a long time, and now you're finally coming out on the other end with everything that you could take from whatever that situation was. Like if you was in a marriage, if you were in a family unit, there could have been money stolen. There could have been a complete loss. When the Ten of Cups and when the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles comes out, whatever happened to you, whatever happened within your family, that thing was completely destroyed. And because Pentacles is real life, you could have lost a lot of money. And as a result of everything that you lost, you looked at the loss and took what you could gain from it and started rebuilding fresh. With the Page of Wands, page energy is someone who is new at something. So with the Ace of Wands coming out and the Page of Wands coming out, this looks like from that kind of drastic ending, you were able to explore the ways to get out so that you were able to sustain yourself after. You didn't make the decision that you made while passionate. It wasn't irrational. Let me get more on the Queen of Cups. The Emperor in reverse. Can I have a little bit more? Got a sudden wake-up call. So yeah, it looks like the Emperor in reverse came out under Queen of Cups. So this could have been 1010 on the timer. This could be someone that has a lot of compassion but doesn't have a lot of discipline. And because you didn't have a lot of discipline in that environment, you weren't able to kind of stop everything or even see the betrayals that were happening around you. The beauty in that is that those betrayals did not end your ability to still create. The betrayals that you went through were a wake-up call with the Four of Cups coming up next to the Page of Wands. It was your wake-up call to take your passion and follow it. It was a wake-up call. It was the wake-up call that you needed to be able to get yourself out of that situation. And from that situation, now you're able to kind of overcome that heartbreak. You are answering kind of that passion that you had. It looks like while you were in this situation of betrayal, you were also muting your own passion. So while you were in this unit, this structure, 10 of Pentacles, it could have been like a big family unit too, because you know how sometimes you have like the mom, the dad, grandma, everybody lives together, and there could have been something that happened that completely destroyed that entire unit. And from that, you were able to take everything you learned and create something fresh and new from that. This is actually a pretty good read in all, if I'm being honest. While the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords is out, that's 13 swords. 13 is death. There was a major transformation within your family. You could have been majorly transformed after the betrayal, into someone who is more disciplined in focusing on how you get your passion projects out there. You could very well right now be focused on a project that is going to bring your family sustainability, and that will at some point, as long as you kind of develop that discipline within yourself. With the Emperor in reverse coming out and that being a major arcana, and the Sun in reverse, you could have also been in a very manipulative and abusive situation with the Emperor and the Sun in reverse, with the Three of Swords in between it. And all of that being something that you're looking at, reflecting, because with the Queen of Cups out, she's looking at, if you look, she's focused on her cup, right? While all of these things are happening around her, her focus is her compassion. Her focus is her love. Her focus is trying to make sure she is healing herself. So it looks like you did put a lot of focus and a lot of passion and a lot of energy into healing all of the wounds that came through this betrayal that likely almost took you and everybody else out. With the Page of Wands being out, there could have been children involved. There's also children in the Ten of Pentacles. So you could, Queen of Cups, you could also be a mother. You could also be a parent. So if you are a parent and you are now maybe a single parent and you're having to try to navigate with the new foundation that you have to set for yourself, this is your confirmation that through all of that betrayal, you did the right thing. Through all of that betrayal, you took from that what you could, and you are going to make more than lemonade with the lemons that you took. You are going to make more than what you anticipated, because you chose in that situation to not become this Ten of Swords energy. You chose to get out. With the Sun in reverse, you saw the light, but the light was just dim. And with the Sun in the beginning in the reverse leading to the Page of Wands at the end of that row, what that shows me is that you did go through this depressive state where you weren't disciplined. You got a sudden wake-up call, and that wake-up call put you on the path. Whatever that wake-up call could have been the betrayal. That wake-up call could have been the after effects of the betrayal. But whatever happened, it put you on the path to start following whatever passion projects you have, or whatever passion you've been kind of keeping inside while you navigated this kind of it looks really like maybe even like a tumultuous family unit. Like there was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords coming out, and the Emperor in reverse under the Queen of Cups also lets me know that there was a controlling energy around you that did lead to heartbreak, that did hurt you. You could be the Queen of Cups that wasn't disciplined, and because you weren't disciplined, those behaviors that came from you not being disciplined hurt the family unit around you. It hurt you guys significantly, and now you're coming to a place of accepting your role in that position. And because you're accepting your role in that position, now you're able to take those tools and create new things to salvage what you can. I don't know who that is for. It could be for one or two of y'all. I do not know. But this is, for me, it's showing like a really good reading. It looks like in the collective energy right now, everyone is getting over the darkness. It is also with the Sun in reverse and the Ten of Swords as the first line, leading into something definitely a little brighter at the end. We're also coming out of a dark season, going into the spring. So it looks like you are reflecting on that dark season that you were in, whether it be the season itself, you emotionally, a time period that you're coming out of. And now you're ready to take the passion that you held behind you and finally let that out. So let me get a little guidance for you from our oracle. Patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things are not aligning the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. Everything is going to work out. So what this is telling me is, because the Page of Wands comes out, this is something that you're pretty new at. So whatever projects you're pouring yourself into, remember that you're new, and to be patient with yourself. Don't guilt yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. You've already come out of a situation that was hard on you. Don't be hard on yourself as you try to start this new thing that came to life from this thing that almost took you out. Let's see what else our oracles have to say. Take a chance. It's time to step outside your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and will begin to attract new results. The Ace of Wands is your new passion. The Ace of Wands with the Page of Wands is you taking that opportunity, that project that maybe not everybody supported around you, that thing that you kept hidden. Now is your time to take that thing that you kind of kept hidden with the High Priestess in reverse coming out, and let it out. I'm not going to say let your secrets out, but if that applies, let it apply. Let your secrets out. 1818 on the timer. If you have something that you're really passionate about that you know can impact the environment around you, let it out. All right, last oracle card. All right, so we got release. You are being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free from all drama, and this is the first step to achieving this. So, what this is also telling me is that situation that you got yourself out of, you got released from something that was holding you back. And you have to accept that situation was holding you back. And now that you're out of it, you have this new opportunity to pursue the things that situation kept you from. So, and try your hardest not to focus so much on the darkness that you were in, but the lessons that came out of that dark time. What were you able to take? You were able to walk around. You were able to walk away with your heart still intact. You were able to walk away still a caring person, still emotionally stable, still emotionally conscious, still able to love and give. So don't ever allow any situation to kill that part of you, because that part of you is what's going to build your foundation going forward. All right, y'all. It is 19. We done read this. We went for 19 minutes. We are going to wrap this up. If any part of this reading resonated with you, please make sure that you like and subscribe. I do appreciate your support, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.